Hey, it's Story Circle Toys here. We are at the first Auckland Diecast show, run by the same team that runs the hobby fairs. We are just waiting to get in early. We've been promised some early access, which is going to be great because hopefully this will be a busy show. So yeah, as soon as we can get let in, we will show you exactly what's going on. And here we go. B and I journeyed out to the very first Auckland Diecast Fair. Big thank you to Kevin. He's one of the organisers and is also well known for organising the Auckland Hobbies Fair, which is coming up soon. So look, yeah, thank you for him letting us in early so we could have a look at the show. Look, am I a big fan of diecast? Am I a big fan of these toys? Yes and no. It's something I'm definitely developing more of an appreciation for. Look, as a kid, I definitely had diecasts, but at the same time, kind of like the sci-fi toys, the Star Wars and the Brave Star and the Transformers, you know, took my fancy as a growing child. But I still had these, and as an adult, I'm a collector of the Fun Ho toys as well. So look, this is a good show to go and have a look and just focus on these. So yeah, that's what we did. So this was really enjoyable. This is a great show. I hope they run some more. But you know, Hobbies Fair, there'll probably be some of these sellers there. So look, this first stand here we're looking at here is of course the Retro Space stand. You may know Rochelle. Obviously we've done a bunch of videos with Rochelle and Retro Space on here. So they had some cool stuff, not all of it diecast, but they had some of these cool Jerry Anderson figures, Space 1999, Thunderbird, Stingray, Captain Scarlet. They did have various bits and pieces of diecast. One very cool thing are the new mask toys from, I believe the brand is Loyal Subjects. They had some of those that just came out. I actually did have this Condor as a kid. It was a birthday present I got from a friend. That was very cool. Look, next thing is, like, while the show was mainly diecast, there were a few toy sellers. This one had a mixture. So yeah, B picked up these little Thomases that we picked up some of those at Little Adams, and B was happy to add some of those to her collection. All right, we are here at the first Auckland Diecast Fair, and this is Kevin. Kevin, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm Kevin McMurray. I run the Auckland Diecast Fair, as well as the Auckland Hobbies Fair.
Cool. And so this is the very first show. Where did the idea for spinning this off from the Auckland Hobbies Fair come from?
It all started because there's so many collectors of diecast, and it's very hard so that they're all in the woodwork and get them all out and meet everybody under the same roof, and do our buy, sell and swaps.
All right, and what are your expectations for today? How do you think it's going to go?
I expect a very good turnout. We sold out all tables within 10 days, so we are expecting a good crowd.
Okay, and is there anything here that you're looking for your own collection? Is there anything that you hope to find today?
I don't think I'll find what I'm looking for, but I'll keep looking though.
Said like a man who's been in the hobby for a long time. All right, well,
Yes.
look, guys, the Auckland Hobbies Fair is coming up after this, and we'll do some coverage to that in advance. Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So the show was held in Point Chev. So it was divided into two different rooms at the location. So look, I think room 1 had a lot more Hot Wheels. I think room 2 had more of the vintage stuff. So look, yeah, look, this video I'm just trying to give you, you know, a feel for the show. Look, one of the things I need to do on some of these videos is I've got the audio gear. I really need to do the video and actually have a conversation as we're actually looking at the stuff. But hopefully that's something I'll work on. This stand had a beautiful selection of Dinky and Corgi. They're obviously a larger scale than say the Matchbox and the Hot Wheels. Didn't end up picking anything up from them this time, but I have in previous shows, and hopefully we'll see them again at the Auckland Hobbies Fair. But yeah, I just want to give you the feeling of this. it can be a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Like getting into Hot Wheels. There's a lot to look at, so I don't really know where to start with Hot Wheels, and I'm still looking for that in to the Hot Wheels hobby, which is a significant part of the diecast shows. Maybe I'm just a little bit of a toy snob. I love my Funho, which is New Zealand diecasts. But to be honest, kind of like at the moment and through the show, all the stuff I picked up was older stuff, was Matchbox, Dinky, Corgi. So yeah, maybe I am a bit of a toy snob. But look, we'll see. Just looking for that one Hot Wheels to get me on that train. Okay, we are at this table and CR Toys and Models over here. So it's really fun to go into a show and straight away find something you've really been looking for, and I think I found it. I found this Walt Disney Matchbox on card. So why am I so attached to this particular wacky Matchbox figure? It's because I had some of these as a kid, so I'm pretty excited. This one, the card's a little bit rough. The plastic's quite clear. It has actually been stapled on. You might see there's some staples on, but look, I believe this is in the $10 box, so this today is the first thing I am going to take home. I'm so excited to have one of these. Maybe I can find some loose ones as well, but to get it carded, even if it's stapled, I'm ecstatic. If you can't tell, I'm so happy. All right, let's go purchase this right now. Okay, well, that's enough of me talking. Taking the sights. Me and B did pick up a bunch of stuff. B didn't pick up any diecast. She did pick up a few toys. And look, we will go through the haul at the end of this video. All right, we'll catch you then. We are back at the studio now, and big thank you to Kevin and his team on at the Hobbies Fair. Really great show. yeah, thanks for getting us in early so we could do some recording before the crowds came in. Hopefully there'll be another Diecast Fair coming up. But what is coming up is the Auckland Hobbies Fair at a new venue. Have a look on the screen right now. It's going to be a great day. Bigger venue, better parking, and also as well, we will be there. Story Circle Toys, B and I are going to be at the venue. We're going to be promoting the channel, but we are going to be selling some toys. So come see us. All right, enough of that. Let's get to the actual haul. So as usual, I would pick up some fun hoe. This is a tractor scraper. Number 55 is a model number. This was made between about 1971 to 82, so about a decade. Lovely example. This one's pretty good, and I got it for a good deal. I think just $5. You notice that all the paintwork is in pretty good shape here. So as I say, whenever I see a good cheap fun hoe, I always get it. Always like to get something. It's a New Zealand toy from the shows. So you see here, I have a bunch of matchboxes. So I did have a few matchboxes as a kid, but I never had them in box. So these are a couple of great examples. Here's a little caravan that kind of stole my heart. It even has a cool little action feature there. Yeah, see that little switch? See, action figure. Good little switch to open the door. And I love these 70s styles boxes. Absolutely beautiful. So again, I'm a bit of a snob. A lot of these, I'm looking for the ones that were made in the UK, made in England on these ones. Later, Matchbox stuff, of course, was made in Hong Kong. Probably my favorite here is this Matchbox 54 Capri. Look at that 70s artwork. Absolutely beautiful figure. And look at that color. And of course, there we go. There's the engine. Fantastic. And the final box one I got is a little bit of an oddity. Here we go. This is a Ford RS 2000. You'll see, though, that the actual car does not match the box artwork. Apparently, this was like a re-release a few years later, so they kept the same packaging. I do need to confirm that. That's what the seller told me. But he did actually have the Matchbox, which had, that is the same as the one on the box art. This one is a little worse for wear, but still a very cool figure. Then we go to the bigger ones. Again, cool little Matchbox. Sierra XR4i. Look, I'm saying that like I know what that means. Yeah. I really love it. I can't think of a good reason why I bought it, but it was a good deal. It's unpunched. Maybe that was it. We have this beautiful Super Kings. It's a bit loose in the box. The original packaging that must have been inside of it is gone. But the Super Kings, I have a few of them already. They are larger, very large Matchbox vehicles. But look, this packaging is amazing. Look at that artwork. Another really happy to pick that up. And also finally, well, not finally, second to last, this Neon Runner. Now, this was nothing special. I think this cost me $2, but it was on card. It's just, yeah, look, it's nothing. Apparently, it was just 90 cents, including GST. It's just made in China, but I just loved it. This actual case is a case I bought at a show, and the case actually cost more than the vehicle did. But look, call me a little whimsical. I just loved it. And final, the piece de resistance, this Walt Disney Matchbox from 1979. I had these as a kid, not this particular one, but I had others, so I like to find this on card. There you can see the rest of the figures, so I'm going to be trying to hunt these down. I already have the Donald Duck loose, but getting some of these on card would be fantastic. Absolutely beautiful figure, even though it is actually the bubble has been stapled back on, but, I'll take it. All right, that is Story Circle Toys. That is my diecast haul. Thank you for coming along. Hopefully we'll hit up some more diecast shows and join us at the Auckland Hobbies Fair. We'll catch you next week for another video.